How can two videos with the same topic, thumbnail, and idea get completely different results? One had 1.5 million views in just 2 days on a brand new channel. Now it has 3.7 million. The other one, it's been a month with only 19 views and it's probably gonna stay there forever. So what is the difference? It's not luck, it's not the algorithm, it is the script, the psychology behind the words. And in this video, I will analyze the high-performing videos section by section to show you exactly what they did so you can apply it to your content too.
It's 7 p.m., January 1st. You told yourself this is it, the year you achieve those goals. Get the freedom you've always desired and actually make something of yourself. So you're sat at your desk, laptop open, working on your new business. At least that's what you told yourself. And after 48 YouTube videos, 3 hours later, you're still sat there. Nothing achieved, no real progress made. Most people want to get fit. Most people won't. Most people want to build a successful business. And the reality is, they won't.
The first thing here I want you to pay attention to is there is no hello guys, there is no waste of time. It immediately starts telling a story. If you look at your favorite Netflix shows or your favorite movies, the first scene usually is a scene that makes you go, what the fuck was that? I want to watch more. It needs to connect to the audience. If your audience can see themselves in your content, you win their attention. You have to paint a vivid scene so you can take the mind of your audience into that very exact moment. And if it's something that they've experienced before, you will win. So focus on shared moments that we've all experienced. Drop the audience in the middle of the scene. Be descriptive. And the other lesson I want you to pay attention here is how short, concise, and simple words and sentences are. Great writing is not about writing more. It's about cutting what's unnecessary so you have something compact but incredibly effective. Let's get back into it.
The reason why most people won't do these things is because their brains are fucked. And if your brain's fucked, well, you're fucked. In order to build anything great, you must have the ability to focus. Focus on one particular task for hours, days, weeks on end. And if your brain is fucked, how do you expect to do that?
So here we have contrast between desire and outcome. I go over contrast more in detail in my course. By the way, Creator Valley is free to join for now, as long as you study the course, apply what you're learning, and leave a testimonial. So make sure to check out the link in the description. All right, let's get to the rest.
So, this is how to unfuck your brain.
I love how he's using such blunt language. Let's read some of these comments here. See, like, people love when someone is authentic and true. He uses some curse words, but it doesn't sound rude. It's just raw and honest, makes you trust this person more. I'm not saying start cursing in your videos, but don't shy away from showing your personality. We respect people who are polite, but we always have respect for people who are themselves.
Part 1. You're distracted. I think we can all agree that having focus is vital in building anything great. So, what is focus? It's the ability to dedicate 100% of your attention to one singular thing. And so, if you're not focused, you must be paying attention to multiple things, otherwise known as distractions. And quite frankly, we're all losing the ability to focus. We're all distracted.
All right, now the introduction part, the hook is over. It takes 49 seconds for the hook to be delivered on this YouTube video. With YouTube, you have a more extended period of time that you can expand on your hook compared to Reels on social media. And with Reels, you have 3 to 5 seconds max. So here, the creator first starts with emotion. It takes you to the place that you are currently in your life. And then the creator attacks our survival brain, the reptilian brain, with using contrast and desired outcome, something we don't want to miss out. And once you manage to get past the survival and the emotional brain, then you can introduce the logic. Now he's introducing the core topic of this video, which is improve your focus to unfuck your brain.
We're all distracted. Simply put, we can't do anything anymore without multiple streams of input. I can bet you've already scrolled down to the comments, checked your phone, and when you do shit like that, without realizing it, you're brainwashing yourself.
Funny thing, when I was watching this video, I was so amazed by how beautifully it's done, both in terms of editing and writing, that when it came to this part of the video, I was already down in the comments. So I did feel called out. He is so good at predicting human behavior. It's not that hard to predict, it's just that we forget how people behave, How you are with your phone is how most people are with their phone. I hope you're not one of the addicted ones. But if you're in this habit while you're watching another podcast, your brain is fucked. So when I was called out here, I could say this is considered to be a rehook to me. He hooked me back into the video again. I'm like, damn, this dude is in my head. And that's very powerful. Also, when you call out people's behavior, they feel seen. And once they feel seen, they can trust you. And once they trust you, they become super fans.
Training your own mind to need overstimulation, to only function with distractions. And with a brain like that, how the fuck are you planning on staying focused? Just switch off your phone, switch it off, and leave it in another room. Then leave it there for 24 hours. You'll soon find out you're addicted, not to the phone, but the distraction. You're addicted to distraction. And if you continue to feed this addiction, none of this video really matters. You won't reach your goal. So to stop this addiction, you're gonna go through a 30-day protocol.
And here he's calling out the symptoms. He hasn't provided any solutions or tips on how to improve your focus first. One of my storytelling coaches, Nico Cannon, asked me a beautiful question. He said, when you go to the doctor, does he prescribe you medication before telling you what's wrong with you? Content works the same way. You can't just give people tips without letting them know that you understand their problem. So lead with the symptoms before you lead with the solution.
Now, each day of this protocol will be split up into 30-minute segments, from 1 a.m. to 12 p.m., 30-minute segments. Then as you go about your 30 days, simply track what you did in each of those 30 minutes. By the end of it, you should have clear data of what pointless shit you do in your life. Then all that's left to do is remove the pointless shit. Sounds simple, but what have you really got to lose? So just try.
Now he provides a solution after calling out the symptoms, and you want to provide practical, simple to follow advice. Nothing generic or surface level, because the internet is filled with surface level advice.
Part 2. You're probably confused. Most people don't know what to do with their life. And this is because they don't know what they want. And when you don't know what you want, you can't know what to do. And when you can't know what to do, but know there's things to do.
Here he is using a technique called the echo effect. I will definitely recommend you to study it in the course. Again, free to join. I spent the last 2 years of my life studying, researching, and writing this, and it's available to you for free. So use it. If you're watching this video and you're checking the link and it's not free, I'm sorry, you missed it out.
You're left confused. And this is the stage where most people stay their entire lives. They either never work on anything great because they don't know where to start, or work on the wrong thing their entire life and have nothing to show for it but regret. And this stage I'm talking about is commonly referred to as the anti-zone, most probably where you are right now. That stage in your life where you don't know what to do but want to do something, but you don't know what or how to get there, so you don't do anything.
He gave the zone a name, the anti-zone. It has to do with contrast because the next section is called the zone. He's using a lot of contrast if you're paying attention. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, towards the end we have another one. So we have desire versus reality, anti-zone versus zone, input versus output, and all the examples that he was saying. You want to do this, but you do this. A lot of contrast happening throughout this content from the beginning to the very end.
It's the anti-zone. And to get out of this stage in your life, you need to do one very simple thing. You need to enter the zone. Now, the zone is a place that's highly recognized by your favorite athletes, business owners. And according to a study back in 1989, the single happiest place a human could be.
I really like it when content creators use other authoritative figures and research to back the idea and what they're talking about. Very important.
So, what is it? Well, most likely you've experienced it before. It's that feeling you get when you're lost in something, like when you're playing a video game. When you're so deep in the task at hand, the outside world just doesn't seem to exist. Now imagine you had that feeling all the time, locked in, focused with zero distraction. Now that's where we're aiming to be here. No more confusion, just total focus on achieving your goal. And to get that, all you really need to do is clearly define some things.
He is telling us what we already know. He is framing focus in a way that we've all experienced, playing video games, reading a book and getting lost, in a way that people can easily understand.
First, where do you actually want to go? No bullshit, don't overcomplicate it, just stare at your wall and think until you have your answer.
I just love how simply he explains. Make sure to go and read the comments. Once you manage to learn everything that he's doing, people will appreciate you.
When you have that clearly defined, simply figure out the steps to get there. And as long as you actually take action on these steps every day, you'll remain in the zone until you've reached your destination. Because think about it, all the zone really is a hyper state of focus. Focus on one specific task with steady progress being made. Part 3, your diet is shit. As a human, we operate inside a system. You wake up, go about your day, go to sleep, repeat. Now this system has inputs and it has outputs. The inputs being things like your food, your sleep, and the inputs have a direct effect on the outputs.
In content, those are lazy storytelling, long sentences, using jargon, which is going to lead to low retention, no engagement, etc.
You sleep for 2 hours tonight, and tomorrow you'll perform like shit. We all know this, so why do we ignore our diet? I'm sure you've opened up a book before, read 2 lines, then forgot what you've just read. That's your diet. Inputs and outputs. You eat like shit, then you're gonna think like shit. And if you think you can build anything great with a brain that thinks like shit, well, you know the answer.
I love it. You know the answer.
So, if you're looking to make a change in your life and give better outputs, fix your inputs first. Because it's all well and good finding your goal and planning the steps to get there. But if you're in a vehicle that's broken, metaphors are beautiful. Use them. Metaphors help us bring subjects into new perspectives we never thought about before. And that reinforces learning. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to get there. So stop neglecting your diet. And it's easy to ignore, but just trust me. Give yourself good inputs, and the great outputs will come 10 times easier. And not only that, you'll have a clear, unfucked brain.
Okay, that was the analysis for this video. I don't really want to play the next video for you, but let's just watch the first few seconds. Let me know in the comments what you think is wrong.
Day 1. Clean the garbage from your brain. Your brain has been collecting mental garbage for years, and you probably don't even realize how much useless.
I'm sure you know why this content doesn't work. Let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what you're thinking. If you like this video, if you got value, please do make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.